Okay, we've got this new capital profit column here, and it's only shown in one value where there's a capital gain on the bottom. So let's narrow the data frame by say looking at where the capital loss is greater than 0 to confirm that it in fact is working there. So recall that to narrow a data frame down, we can put a specific condition inside of the brackets. In this case, we want the condition that the capital loss is greater than 0. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Press Shift Enter, and if we look up for the capital loss, we can see people do have losses in this data frame, and nicely translates into negative capital profit. Now, a second question that arises here is, does this data frame have values where, say, the capital gain has something greater than 0 and the capital loss? Okay, or is it exclusive? Now, we can make assumptions, but it's always good to check with code. So how do we do this with code? Well, this is half of it. Now, you may try something like this. We want this case, and we want the other case. Well, I'll just write it in. It's df capital gain to be greater than 0. And so we're looking for both of these, right? So that's our condition inside the brackets. Okay, we've got two df statements here. And if you run that, you get an error. It says the truth value is ambiguous. And it is, because actually, and if you recall, is based on true, false. And these are not true, false. Okay, so how do we fix this? You fix it using the bitwise and operator. So it's the ampersand. Now let's check this. And you can see it still says it's ambiguous because it's not able to read it properly. So what you need here are parentheses. Okay, so you put that's one condition, and then you're checking also to meet this condition. Okay, and it should then only return the rows of the data frame that meet both of those conditions. So those parentheses I think are essential here. And there you have it. There are no rows where both of these conditions are met. What about where one or the other is met? In place of the ampersand, it's actually a vertical bar for the or. Okay, so this is or. And so now if you press Shift Enter, what do you know? Look at this. We get capital gains and capital losses. So now we can check, very cool, capital profit has positives and negatives, and it is more efficient to have this column instead of the other two.